Hey guys, this is Macy's friend Bentley, and I'm about to tell you a story called Delete Derrick. The first part of it is called War. Bring! Danielle stared at the blank computer screen in front of her. She and her friend Megan had been looking forward to computer class all year. Mr. Morton leaned against the big computer on his desk and pushed his glasses up in place. "Welcome to your first class in computers," he said. "You'll be happy to know that this class has no homework." "Oh, right," Megan whispered to Danielle. "Computers is already my favorite class." Mr. Morton went on. "All your assignments will be done on your computers. I'll grade your work by looking at your file. So the first thing you must learn is how to open your own file." Danielle listened carefully. "If you save your file correctly each time," Mr. Morton said, "then I will be able to open it and grade your assignments. Only I have the password to open all the files. Now click on the word Save." Danielle clicked. The screen said Save As, followed by a blank line. "Type in your name," Mr. Morton instructed. Danielle typed in Danielle and pushed Enter. "Now, you each have your own file. When you come to class, you just need to click on the word Open. The computer will list all the files from this class. Click on your name and your file will open." Mr. Morton walked around the room, helping those who hadn't understood. Danielle raced ahead and explored all the programs for the class. She was surprised to hear Mr. Morton say, "It's almost time for the bell. At the end of every class, you must click on the word Save so the computer will keep your work. Then click on the word Close." Derrick had a question. "Mr. Morton, what happens if you click on the word Delete?" "Derrick, if you click on Delete, you will erase your file. Everything you have done will be gone, zapped, wiped out. So if I were you, I wouldn't do that." Bring! "That was fun," Danielle said to Megan as they walked out of the lab door, "especially the painting program." "What painting program?" Megan asked. "Oh, never mind. I guess Mr. Morton will explain it to the rest of us later. Let's just not be late for math. You know how Mrs. Randall is. She probably already has our assignment on the board." "So, what's the problem?" Danielle asked. She liked math. Megan was right. The board was covered with examples of adding, subtracting, and multiplying fractions. After a few minutes of explaining, Mrs. Randall announced the homework. "Do all the problems on page 12. Megan and the rest of the class groaned. "You still have a few minutes before the bell," their teacher said, "so get started." "Derrick, will you please come to my desk?" Danielle saw the scowl on Derrick's face as he walked by. "Wonder what his problem is," she thought. Then her attention was focused on the math problems, and she forgot about Derrick. Before the bell rang, she slapped her pencil down and closed her book. "All done," she whispered across the aisle to Megan. Megan just stared. "How can you do math so fast? If I didn't know better, I'd think you were from another planet." She tilted her head back. "You're not from another planet, are you?" Danielle raised one eyebrow. "You'll never know for sure. I'm going to ask Mrs. Randall about tomorrow's homework." Stepping up to the teacher's desk, Danielle did two things she often did without even thinking. She spoke, and she read something written upside down and backwards. "Mrs. Randall, I'm finished. Can I have tomorrow's assignment?" While she said this, Danielle looked down at the paper Mrs. Randall and Derrick were working on. From her side of the desk, everything was upside down and backward, but she read it anyway. Across the top were the words, "Derrick, you don't seem to understand division yet. Come and see me." Next to it was a big 0. Oh no, she shouldn't have been reading that, should she? Come back tomorrow to see what happened.